everyone. Welcome to my class. For today's session, we are going to discuss Unit 1, Module 3 of Science 9, which is all about biodiversity and evolution. For this session, we are going to focus on some of the environmental problems that affect a community, both locally and globally. If you're ready, let's begin. Are you familiar with these animals? If yes, congratulations. The animal on the left side of the screen is known as the Philippine tarsier. Did you know that million years ago, tarsiers have inhabited rainforests around the world? But now, they exist on only a few islands in the Philippines, Borneo, and Indonesia. We are very lucky because in Bohol, the Philippine tarsier was a common sight to behold in the southern part of the Philippine Islands. With that, we deserve a happy face. The animal on the right side of the screen is called a monkey-eating eagle. Obviously, monkey-eating eagles love to eat monkeys. The Philippine eagle is a giant bird of prey, a monkey-eater that can only be seen in four islands in the Philippines: Luzon, Samar, Leyte, and Mindanao. It is considered to be one of the largest and most powerful among forest raptors. Sad to say, these lovely animals of our own are in the verge of extinction. They are now considered endangered animals. That is why, as human, we should do something that will help save them from being extinct, and it is our duty to act now before it's too late. Now, let's have a short recall of what biodiversity and population mean. Biodiversity means variety of life forms in an area. Examples are forests, coral reefs with plenty of fishes, etc. Now, I want you to take a look at the two pictures on the screen. The first picture is a coconut plantation, while the second one is a coral reef sanctuary with plenty of fishes. Can you identify which picture shows high level of biodiversity? Yes, you are correct. Coral reefs with different kinds of aquatic species are more diverse than that of a coconut plantation. Population, on the other hand, refers to a group of organisms of the same species living in a certain place. From the pictures, we can say that marine ecosystem has different groups of organisms of the same species in a certain place than a coconut plantation with lesser group of different organisms being dominated by coconut trees. In other words, marine ecosystem has more populations than coconut plantation with only one species that dominates. If you are going to take a glimpse of the two short video clips on the screen, you will notice that forest on the left side of the screen has high level of biodiversity than the city on the right side with low biodiversity. The arrow between these two short video clips tells us that human actions have resulted in habitat loss that has accelerated the rate of extinction. As the saying goes, we are the creators of our own destiny. But for other animals, if we will continue converting their natural habitats into cities, sad to say, their destiny really depends on us. Animal species may either be threatened, endangered, or extinct. Threatened species are those species wherein their population begin to decline. Endangered species, on the other hand, are those species wherein their population is so low that it is nearly extinct, while extinct species are those species in which the very last member died. Take a look at the three pictures on the screen. Which do you think is considered an extinct animal? Yes, you are right. Woolly mammoths are extinct relatives of today's elephants. Eagles and tarsiers are both threatened and endangered animals. It is no secret that human activities actually affect the community where we live in. The first picture shows illegal logging of woods from the forest. The video next to it shows a smoke released by a factory, and the third video shows a contaminated river because of direct disposal of domestic waste. We are actually accelerating the rate of habitat loss and extinction. Now, let's discuss some of the environmental problems affecting the community. First, we have deforestation. Deforestation means cutting down of trees for agricultural or cultivation purposes. It has the following causes. First, Kaingin farming, which refers to the traditional clearing of land by slashing down and burning of trees for cultivation and agricultural purposes. It is considered one of the destructive agricultural system being practiced in many countries. Second, we have illegal logging, which refers to harvesting, transporting of woods from protected forest areas, or exceeding logging quotas that is in violation of laws. Logging is legal for as long as it is not exceeding logging quota and the forest is not a protected forest areas as declared by the law. Third, we have typhoons. And lastly, we have the conversion of agricultural land for housing projects. Deforestation may result to the following consequences: floods, soil erosion, decreased wildlife resources that will lead to wildlife depletion. Wildlife depletion happens as a result of human activities such as deforestation. As a result, many species or population of animals may either be threatened, endangered, or extinct. Clearly, human population keeps on growing every year. Hence, a need for bigger space for shelter and for food production. Humans occupy many natural habitats that are supposedly occupied by some wildlife plants and animals. Deforestation is one of the major causes of wildlife species depletion and lowered biodiversity. A lack of biodiversity that means that future generations will have to deal with an environment where there is fewer source of fresh water and plants being destroyed by pests. Another environmental issue that may affect the community is water pollution. Have you seen a river or a lake full of water lilies or green algae that blooms above its water? If yes, it is because of the so-called eutrophication, a major water pollution problem in many bodies of water. It happens when the nutrients coming from domestic waste become concentrated. Eutrophication is a slow process, and it takes place naturally, but due to human activities, it happens at a faster rate. Fish kills, also known as fish die-off, is usually caused by ecological hypoxia or oxygen depletion in bodies of water brought about by high temperature, thermal pollution, and algae blooms. Another environmental issue is air pollution. It refers to the air pollutants released into the air that include car emissions, dust or chemical released by factories that may be suspended as particles, which are dangerous to human health and the planet. Look at those short video clips on the screen. What is common on these three video clips? Yes, it is it only shows that human activities can actually pollute our atmosphere. It is very unsafe for us to breathe in and out in these places full of deadly gases. We are the main contributor of polluting our atmosphere. As we continue these activities, we are actually creating a huge blanket of carbon dioxide gases in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide, on the other hand, is a gas capable of holding or trapping the heat that must be radiated back into space. As a result, a greenhouse effect may be experienced by many of us. Greenhouse effect is actually a natural process, but because of human activities that pollute the atmosphere, we may experience too much heat that could lead to global warming. Global warming is simply an increase in the Earth's global temperature that can change climate patterns. Lastly, the environmental problem that we are facing now is the destruction of marine habitat. In the Philippines, many people depend on the natural resources that coastal areas has to offer. But due to man's activities, many of these resources remain in danger. It is a process wherein many environmental habitat is lost. Coral reefs and mangrove forests help keep the coastal areas healthy, which also serves as the nursery ground for fishes and other aquatic animals. Some of the activities of humans that may destroy marine habitat include the following. First, we have deforestation. Deforestation may affect the bodies of water where cut down logs will go straight to the river or a lake. Also, soil from the land may go straight to the river, forming sediments, which in turn will definitely affect any marine and aquatic life forms. Next is coastal tourism. Are you one of the beach lovers out there? If yes, it's time for you to think twice. You may be contributing to the destruction of marine habitat. You don't have to worry. It is absolutely fine to go and swim at these beaches for as long as you take care of them. As the saying goes, take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, and kill nothing but time. Another way human destroys marine habitat is through illegal fishing. Dynamite fishing and muro are some examples. Dynamite fishing involves throwing of dynamites for catching fishes, while muro involves destroying the corals using stone so that fishes will go out of their home and eventually be trapped by fish nets. And the last we have is the conversion of natural coastal areas to beach resorts. While it is true that this activity may create jobs for many of us, let us not forget that marine habitat is the one being at risk and at the verge of being destroyed. Let us all remember that responsible tourism is important in order to sustain our needs while maintaining the well being of marine ecosystems.